on New Year's Eve when we were all excited for 2020 to start, and then World War II almost started, and we were like, okay, that's the worst thing that's gonna happen this year. And then Australia walked in and said, you know what? I am gonna light on fire. And then immediately after that, we lost Kobe. And we're like, okay, that's enough for this year. But it wasn't, because then someone coughed. And the next thing you know, 6 million people were coughing. And then anything that ever brought anyone joy was canceled. And then after that, we were like, okay, this is too much. I would like to go to bed for the rest of the year. And then boom, murder hornets arrive in North America. Oh, what's that? That's just NASA discovering alternate universes that apparently exist now. And that thing in the sky? Oh yeah, that's an asteroid that almost wiped out humanity. Which at this point wouldn't be a bad thing. Oh yeah, the government also confirmed that they found UFOs, you know, as a little treat. And the year isn't even done yet. It's literally June. Like, what's gonna happen now? If you want to see my accurate prediction of what's gonna happen the rest of the year, the link to the YouTube video is in my bio. I was sucking grapes into my mouth as a snack when I realized these grapes haven't been washed yet. And you know what's on unwashed grapes? Chemicals and bugs. You know what gives Spider-Man his powers? A bug covered in chemicals. I suddenly felt nauseous and had to throw up, but I felt something. I shot a web out of my wrist and flushed the toilet. And that's when I realized I have powers. Think of all the things I can do now. I can free Joe Exotic. I can fling the girl who sings Dance Monkey into the orbit of the sun. I went to the grocery store and picked up more grapes to fuel my power. But there was an old grandpa who wasn't social distancing, so I used my web to yank his walker out of his hands. Good luck crawling within 6 feet of me. When I got home, I immediately inhaled the new batch of superbugs. I felt my power grow stronger. My veins were pumping blood and my heart rate was going the speed of light. But then I blacked out. I woke up from my coma 3 years later. The whole world was empty from the pandemic and I realized everyone I loved was gone. But then I thought, I can still shoot noodles from my wrist. I'm Spider-Man, baby. Someone thousands of years ago looked at this cute little animal and thought, ooga booga, we will cook and eat it. But then they saw this little one and they're like, guys, we can't cook and eat this one. This one we're gonna name Oreo and pull a bow tie on it. But then they saw this one and they thought, double combo! We're gonna cook and eat this one, and then we're also gonna play with the little dangly thing that hangs by its butthole until it shoots out white liquid, and then we're gonna drink it and not ask any questions. And then they saw this one and decided to eat this too, despite it looking like a demon! So I keep seeing new TikTok houses popping up, and I realized, wait a minute, I live in a house, and I have TikTok. I could make a TikTok house. First things first, I needed to name the house, so I thought I'll close my eyes, spin in a circle, and the first thing I see when I open them, I'll name it. Okay, so I passed out because I got too dizzy, but when my eyes opened, I saw a piece of chocolate. I thought, oh, the Cocoa House. That's cute. But as my eyes focused, I realized it was actually my dog's doo-doo. But then I had the idea, the doo-doo house. I started cleaning up so it didn't look like I was filming TikToks in a dumpster. I shoveled the sidewalk so that no one slips and breaks their neck while throwing it back to Savage. Then I checked to see if there were towels so that all the stinky TikTokers can shower. But then I remembered I ran out of toilet paper weeks ago and I've been using... Anyways, finally, it was time to recruit people. I DM'd over 50 celebrities, TikTokers, YouTubers. I even told the girl who sings Dance Monkey that she's banned from the doo-doo house, and she literally replied. I waited 24 hours to see who would reply, and if you want to see everyone that's now a part of the doo-doo house, the link is in my bio. I was really bored, so I tried to buy the most expensive thing on Gucci's website for funsies, but that's when I remembered, Ben, you can't afford Taco Bell. So I was typing random numbers, hoping one was an actual credit card number, and nothing was working. I was like, well, there goes my wool alpaca cardigan. Finally, I tried 69696969. Expiration date, April 20th, aka 420, and security code 666. And I hit enter. I was like, well, that was fun. So I closed my laptop, but then I got an email saying my order had shipped. And then suddenly, I heard a knock at the door, and I was like, I didn't know what I just did, so I checked my doorbell cam and there was a stranger there. Then I heard the door open and then there were footsteps coming towards me and then falling. And then the intruder got up and said, this is the FBI, we've got you. And I was like, you've got me? You think you've been watching me? For the past month, I've had my FBI agent's laptop bugged. Every time he logs in to watch me, I've been watching him. In fact, I ordered this exact item knowing it would bring him here. He ran back to his HQ to open up his laptop and in disbelief, there I was, fully in control of the FBI system. Checkmate. So I was making a delicious quarantine meal of salad and licorice, aka diabetes salad, when something caught my eye outside my kitchen window. I looked across my yard to see my neighbor had left a message for me. I immediately thought, bruh, I'm about to have a Taylor Swift music video love story, but then I remembered that my neighbor is a 72-year-old grandma named Myrtle that smells like moldy peas. I looked closer and saw that her sign just said hello. I thought, okay, she seems pretty friendly, so I grabbed some paper and decided to write a note back. I scribbled down, hi Myrtle, and drew some hearts. I ran upstairs to my window, left it there overnight, hoping that I could have some fun with that elderly bag of bones and skin. Then the next morning, I ran upstairs to see what she'd written back. So anyways, I'm currently hiding in my basement with my dog and my Animal Crossing trying to figure out what to say back. Please help, I'll reply in part 2. So I have a chunk of dry ice from buying human organs off the black market, but I was thinking, how do you even get rid of dry ice? Like, it doesn't melt because it's literally frozen air and it repels water, which means it's homophobic. Oh wait, I mean hydrophobic. Anyways, I'm clinically stupid, so I broke a piece in half and plopped it in my toilet to see what would happen. And it was making these fun little bubbles, so I filled the bathtub and grabbed the rest of it and threw it in some water to see what would happen. And anyways, that was a mistake because I filled the whole shower up with gases, and I remembered it's not frozen air, it's frozen CO2, and I was getting lightheaded and I wasn't trying to die. So I took the piece out and I brought it to the sink and I jammed it down the drain as best as I could so it would go away. And then I took a deep breath of relief until I looked down to see I was standing in a puddle of water, and boom, my pipes exploded. There was water spraying me everywhere in the face. It got everywhere. Anyways, I may have caused a catastrophic water main failure in my whole neighborhood and flooded 102 buildings. So, I don't think the vegan chicken nuggets were worth it. So I was busy trying to carbonate milk with my mom's soda stream and make milk soda when my friend who lives in a different city texted me, "Come here now." I get really scared when people send a text and end it with a period. So naturally, I ignored the text and laid in bed and stressed about it until 30 minutes later when they texted me again. I checked the text and it said, "It's an emergency." And I was like, emergency? Emergency. Just like call 911 or something. But then I thought, maybe their like hamster died or something. So I got up, got all the way in my car, turned on some Harry Styles, but then after 20 minutes of driving, I had to pull over because I was crying too hard. To feel better, I switched on Crazy Frog. What's going on? Sometimes when I listen to a really good song in the car, I kind of lose track of how fast I'm going. So while I was in the middle of vibing, I saw flashing lights behind me. But then I remembered getting arrested is a choice, and today I choose not to be arrested. So it turns out that's actually not my choice, but I did get these really cool mugshot pictures out of it. You should totally go check them out on my Instagram. It's @BenOfTheWeek. And comment Crazy Frog if you came from this TikTok. Okay, love you, bye. Today I woke up sad and single for the 7,347th day of my life. As I got up to drink my water bottle full of stale Red Bull, I thought, no, this ends today. Okay, here goes nothing. Dear Zendaya, you don't know me, but I love you. This is my formal marriage proposal to you. April Fool's was yesterday, so I'm dead serious. I would love to marry you on the set of Shake It Up, but the set's actually on top of a boat in the middle of Fiji. And I've invited every Disney Channel icon. Look, there's Bertram from Jessie sitting next to Bob Duncan from Good Like Charlie. Oh, and there's Mr. Mosby from The Sweet Life. Wait, why is everyone in the audience a bald man? Anyways, I invited Bella Thorne, but she couldn't make it because they stopped her at the airport because she was trying to smuggle drugs. Anyways, I truly believe you were the most beautiful woman on the planet. If I could describe how you make me feel, it's like when you see a hydraulic press video and they squish a piece of soap and it becomes little soap noodles in the air. Now, my net worth is $3 and a half-used Subway gift card, so I made my own little soap noodle ring just for you. So, Zendaya, will you be my wife? Guys, please send this to her. If she sees this, I will scream. Petting a dog and I freak out, click it, I buckle my seatbelt. Cool math names are calm when I'm done with my horses. Nay, 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 nay. And this not a sin house, I read the Bible. You know I ain't swear now, I don't know how to drive a dang automobile when I bring the dang Hot Wheels. Dang, 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 dang. I'm not an e-girl, I'm in preschool. Ma'am, I'm so sorry, but your son, he's lactose intolerant. No, no! Ma'am, we live in the Milky Way galaxy. He'll die here. Mom, don't let them take me. We have to deal with this immediately. I'm so sorry.
Initiating launch sequence.
So, I was on the phone with 911 because I'd made some banana soup with a hint of ranch dressing and I'd left the gas burner on. And I was scared my house would blow up. So I said, please help. And the operator was like, it's gonna be okay. We're on our way. And me being so starved for human interaction replied, okay, I'll see you soon. And I began to prepare for my date with the emergency services person. I dimmed the lights to set the mood, and then I set the table and put out the banana soup I'd cooked earlier and poured some fancy juice d'orange. I changed out of my depression fit into something slightly less depressing and attempted to fix my hair, but I ended up wanting to cut it all off and had a mental breakdown. But I was like, another day. Suddenly I heard the doorbell ring. I got up and ran over to let them in, but I was so excited that I didn't see the charger on the floor. I forgot there was gas in my house and I tripped over it and it created a spark, and next thing you know, Today I made a DIY North Korean driver's license by taking a picture with my iPad, and then I googled North Korean IDs and slapped my face on it. And I made it look all pretty by crossing this guy's name off and giving myself a fake name. But I didn't do this so I can get into a club or anything. I did it so that every day I can print a new one and change my birthday to today's date so I can get free stuff every single day like a Starbucks drink or make people be nice to me. Anyways, I first tested my ID at Olive Garden and the waiter got the whole restaurant singing happy birthday to me. But more importantly, I got a big old cannoli for free, baby. baby. Anyways, next I went to Cheesecake Factory, and I showed my waitress my ID, thinking she would give me, I don't know, a cheesecake slice at Cheesecake Factory. But when she came to the table, she had all these cheesecake slices, and what did she give me? A bowl of berries. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess. But then she dropped the bill off and charged me $8 for the strawberries, when all I wanted was a slice of cheesecake for free, because they're like $10. So basically fake North Korean IDs don't work at Cheesecake Factory. So I had just finished dropping my uncle off at the local prison so he could turn himself in for burning down 9 different Taco Bells. Anyways, I was driving home and I checked my mirror and caught a reflection of me, and I remembered how much I don't like myself, and I literally feel like I look like Donkey from Shrek, and no one will ever truly love me because no one truly... Yeah, so it actually turns out that I was parked on a portal to hell that day. Anyways, I'm trying to get my car towed back from hell to earth. Wait a minute. How come I went to hell? I've only ever slapped like 3 babies. Okay, maybe 4. Anyways, I had been on a journey. I was hungry like you would not believe, and I was really craving some Taco Bell until I remembered my uncle burned them all down. This is me buying a live crab from the store and freeing it into the ocean. The guy at the store was like, you know how to cook this, right? And I was like, oh, we are not cooking Mr. Krabs. As I was walking, some dude yelled at me and I got scared. And then this guy was walking around with an iguana. I'm like, it's my day to have an exotic pet, buddy. Look at his cute little mouth moving. Aww. I took him to the Santa Monica Pier before I freed him, and that's when I saw this guy literally kick a pigeon. I hate it here. Now, crabs can live 24 hours outside of water, but I thought, let's just free him already. Then some cops were staring at me, and I got scared. I picked him up, and I ran to the beach, and I laid him down gently on the sand. He was barely moving, so I ran into the waves to try and get him in deeper so he could swim or something. But he took a bit of a tumble. So it wasn't looking good for Mr. Krabs, and I started crying. But then he started moving again, and I thought, it's now or never. I scooped Mr. Krabs up, and I ran over to that water, and I dropped him in that water ever so gently. Oh, crap, we are out of time. If you want to see the rest of the video, the link is in my bio. So people used to say I look a lot like Noah Centineo, but then he grew a beard and bleached it, and now if you ever say I look like him, I will cry. But then I thought, I have a prime opportunity to impersonate him. Now, I can't grow a blonde beard in 10 seconds, but I know someone that has what I need. I grabbed my dog Kobe and cut off a little bit of her hair and taped it to my cheeks. It felt a little bit uncomfy because she has fleas and they got mad and started biting me, but whatever. I looked in the mirror and thought, oh my god, I'm Noah Centineo. Now I just need to post from his Instagram account and tell people to send me $3 million so I can buy 3 million refrigerators and leave them open to stop climate change. I was logging into his account, but I didn't know his password. First I tried 1, 2, 3, 4, and what the, it worked! Just as I was about to make the post, I got a call from the FBI. They said, you've been caught hacking. We're gonna drop a nuke on your house. I screamed, ah! And I grabbed everything I love and got in my car and drove as fast as I could. But as I was driving, I was like, wow, these clouds are so beautiful. It looks so peaceful out. Oh, I'm about to drive off the road. Ow!
Do your knees pop? Try Doo-Doo-Pril and live a better tomorrow today.
I mean, okay.
Side effects include
Death, bleeding,
Wait, what?
joint pain, knee popping,
I thought the whole point is so my knees don't crack. What?
knee pain, knee discomfort.
You may feel the uncontrollable urge to go into your fridge and then grab a lemon and get in your car and drive over to Walmart and look for an innocent elderly person and throw the lemon at their head.
I'm so sorry.
Do not drive while on Doo-Doo-Pril.
But it just made me drop. I'm walking home then. I'm walking.
Blindness may occur at any time. Some patients forget English and only speak Spanish.
Esto es ridículo. ¿Por qué?
In 90% of cases, your knees will fall off. However, popping is guaranteed to stop at this stage.
¡Qué mierda! Have you ever noticed how almost every label has these weird dots and color codes? These are on everything from pudding boxes to taco seasoning packets. They're on granola bar boxes, and they're even on chocolate chip bags. Even my delicious cottage cheese has it too. I thought to myself, what do they mean? So I've spent the past month researching it, trying to crack the code. My first thoughts were that it had to do with the colors, so I wrote down 2 codes from 2 packages down. But then my marker died, so I killed it. Then I colored in the shapes to match the secret code, but I didn't find anything, so I ripped it up. That's when I realized it's not a color puzzle, it's a crossword puzzle. The code always appears in either 4 or 6 circles or squares. So I wrote it out again and I knew exactly what filled the spaces this time. Debbie Ryan. If you don't believe me, here is her with pistachio pudding, has the code. Here's chocolate chip cookies on her Snap story. Chocolate chips have the code. And finally, here's her with a granola bar. The granola bar has the code. Why would she do this? What if she's trying to brainwash all of us by placing these subtle codes so she can take over our brains and...
I recently brought my son Nathaniel to the McDonald's play place, and I found him drinking pee in the play place.
Drinking what?
My son, he came out with this lemonade, and I was like, Nathaniel, they don't serve lemonade at McDonald's. And he was drinking urine.
Did you speak to a manager?
Nathaniel, stop drinking the dog's pee right now!
Every morning, I check the comments on my TikToks, and people always ask if I'm crazy or on the devil's salad. Because apparently I act a little bit crazy in my videos. So, I thought I'd take you on a tour into my mind and how I make my TikToks. When I wake up, I eat expired rotten garbage from my neighbor's trash bin, and after a few hours, I start seeing and hearing things. And that's when I get to work. I take my iPad and go down into my basement where there's no light and sounds, and I start writing down a fun little story. And then I record the voiceover. I was applying a ton of lotion on my hands because they were as dry as my cat's ashes, and I also wanted my hands to be soft. But then I get frustrated for stuttering so much that I punish myself by watching a full Gabby Hanna podcast episode. Then I go film it and send it off to my editor named Georgie, who I pay $5,000 per TikTok to edit them. Just kidding, the editor's me. Georgie's gone. I ate him. Okay, surprise, surprise, this made no sense. But I did make an actual video showing the entire process of how I make my TikToks. So if you want to watch that, the link to the YouTube video is in my bio. So I was making my delicious quarantine meal of tortilla chip cereal, but as soon as I took a bite, I dropped a piece on the ground and my freaking dog ate it. And I thought to myself, isn't it weird how us humans just live with animals? Like somehow a wolf evolved into this cute little rat looking thing, even though she wouldn't survive a day in the wild. But as I was making this TikTok, I was like, wait, where's Kobe? And I caught her in the corner of my eye running directly towards the road. I ran so fast they canceled the Olympics because they knew I would just win everything. Anyway, she was almost at the street and to my left was a car coming. I thought to myself, am I willing to lay down my life for this little rat? And I was like, nah, I'm not ready to meet Bob Ross and Grumpy Cat in heaven. So I just let the car turn her into a pancake. Of course I would save her, are you crazy? I lunged in front of the car and shoved her out of the way, but, so it turns out the car was parked the whole time and, like, was not going anywhere.
Hey, it's not my fault that I have poor depth perception.
Today I went to go get the Moderna vaccine, and it hurt a little bit when they gave it to me, but afterwards I went home and I took the band-aid off. But as I was peeling it off, I noticed something hard was underneath, and when I pulled it out and looked at it, I saw a microchip. I'd been microchipped. I thought that was fake, but I had to get to the bottom of this. So I grabbed a microchip adapter and put it in my phone, and a folder came up saying, "We see you." And in it was a picture that said, "Meet Candace at 42 Wallaby Way at 2 p.m. And I was really scared, but the next day I went to the address on my bike, and it ended up taking me to this huge building, and I found my way in. But as I was looking around, there was no one there, so I shouted, "Candace, who's Candace?" But all of a sudden, the lights went out, and I felt something grab me. Next thing I knew, I woke up in a chair tied up. I was so confused, and I shouted, "Who is Candace? What is Candace?" Then, out of the darkness, he appeared, and he said,
Candace
I was cleaning my room today when I found out that I just hit 10 million followers. And to celebrate, I wanted to give each and every one of you $1. Now, I don't have $10 million, but you know who does? The bank. So I went over there and had the idea to R to the O to the B it, but quickly realized that I get too anxious simply going to Starbucks and ordering for myself without nearly peeing my pants. So walking into a bank to commit a crime is kind of out of the question. So my second idea was to make an Ed Sheeran disguise that is so convincing it looks like a deep fake. So I taped it to my face and I used this simple hack that works on any ATM machines where you can type in the number of the address where the ATM is, like 900 for example, and then it'll think it's undergoing maintenance and spit out all its cash. So I tried it and boom, I suddenly had $20,000. And I stopped at each and every ATM punching the code getting racks when I remembered they have security cameras, and even though I was disguised as Ed Sheeran, I wanted to be safe, so I gently disconnected the camera from the ATM and put it on the ground. And for the rest of the night, I'd never felt more alive, single-handedly taking down the greedy banks to steal from customers every single day. I was calculated, unstoppable, careful. And I did it all right under the police's noses. It became addicting. Every single ATM was like a new hit. And the money? Well, it was endless. Ed Sheeran had to go on live TV to say he wasn't the thief. And I had gotten away with it. Oh, wait, just kidding. They actually got me. Well, at least I still have money for bail, and I still have 10 million of you guys. Wait.
Today was my first day working at Starbucks, and I was making a garbage water frappuccino. Until I realized this isn't a Starbucks, everything is fake. I'm in a fake Starbucks in IKEA. I ran as fast as I could to escape the fake Starbucks, and when I finally got out, I realized I still don't have a job. How am I gonna get enough money to buy a Shrek cardboard cutout? So I made a resume, even though I have 0 qualifications. I got in my car and drove to the haircut store, but they wouldn't hire me because they saw me give myself a bad quarantine haircut. So then I drove over to the grocery store, and then I was looking for the manager until some dude coughed in my face. I wiped the diseases off my face and then ran to my car to apply hand sanitizer. But I didn't realize I had a cut on my finger. It burned so bad that I passed out, but I was still driving my car and it rolled off by itself. When I woke up, I had no clue where I was. And my car was out of gas. I got out and realized I was in the middle of nowhere, but then I remembered I can just check my GPS and how did I end up in North Korea? Some of y'all be taking your pictures like cheese, but when that tongue comes out, it be looking like cheese! If you you open your mouth and it looks like you have a mozzarella cheese fondue in there, well then you can call me lactose intolerant because I will not tolerate that. You better go grab your little tongue scrub brush and head over to that tongue Remy from Ratatouille.
Today I looked in the mirror and thought, that's not me. That's a skinny little stick bug. I've had no motivation to go get up and make a proper meal for the past month and I look like a stick bug. I'll eat maybe one brownie that has no nutritional value and then go back to bed at 2 p.m. Or I'll eat 4 tortilla chips and then say, bon appetit, baby, dinner served.
So I thought if there's ever been a time to get so many muscles I look like a cumulonimbus cloud and drift off into the atmosphere, it's now.
What I lacked was motivation, so to get a good jump start to my insane Dwayne The Rock Johnson workout routine, I went outside in freezing weather completely naked into the snow. In addition to giving myself hypothermia, my elderly neighbor Myrtle saw my lovely peaches and had a heart attack.
To try and warm up before I literally die, I put my Crocs into sport mode and started running on the treadmill. And like, it wasn't that bad until I sneezed. I accidentally hit the 10 miles per hour button instead of the 2 miles per hour that I was leisurely walking at. And well, I took a little bit of a tumble. I woke up 10 minutes later feeling a little bit tingly to look down and see that my foot had fallen off. Anyways, now I only use the treadmill to serve myself English muffins because I can't walk.
If we're talking and you send me one of these emojis, the conversation is now over, okay? I can smell the local coming from you, and it smells absolutely disgusting. You might think I'm crazy for cutting people off because they use a certain emoji. Well, then call me Lovely Peaches because I will go crazy!
Today I DoorDashed some cooked goldfish from PetSmart because I was really hungry and they were only $3. So I placed the order and walked over to PetSmart to pick it up. But when I got there, I walked in and found the food pickup section and saw all the soon-to-be sushi swimming around in their little tanks that were right next to the not-so-swimming sushi. And that's when I realized maybe pet store food isn't the best move. But I was still super hungry, so I asked an employee if they have anything else to eat, but she told me if I want to act picky, they have rats for sale. So I opened up the rat fridge and I couldn't do it. So I ended up buying some bugs for like $2, which was such a great and amazing deal. And when I got home, I was so hungry that I ripped open the bag of bugs and just told myself that this little grasshopper in my chopsticks is a Cheeto. So I popped it in my mouth and I felt movement. And I spat it out and it jumped out of the bowl! And I panicked and ran to the toilet. For the next 3 hours, I vomited up my insides.
Hey there, what's up? Just wanted to quickly remind you today to drink some water. And do not say the water tastes disgusting. It's water, you idiot. It doesn't have a taste. There's a reason why your forehead looks like the topographical map of Utah, and that's because you don't drink water! Oh, are you a little baby who needs a little baby bottle of juice? No, you idiot. Drink the freaking earth juice.
Ayo, I pay so little attention to sports that this year I had to Google what sport the Super Bowl was for, and I've never been very competitive as a child, so my parents had to force me against my will to join sports teams as a kid, and the thought of sitting down for 3 hours and watching a football game makes me want to throw up. Shake!
So today was April Fool's, and I got a doorbell notification, which I thought was strange because I'm not expecting any packages. And when I checked it, I saw a box sitting outside my house. I was like, what the heck is a baguette? That sounds like the opposite of a... You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I picked it up and brought it inside and realized it makes vegetable pasta. And I was so excited, so I opened it up, but there was no baguette. There was just my hair. And I started panicking because I was like, how did they get my human hair? And that's when I realized that a month ago, I cut my own hair and put it online as a real Michael Jackson wig and sold it to someone for $5,000. But they probably got my address from the return address on the package. Anyways, I looked in the hair and found a note saying I need to lock my door because...